That men, how do you want to be loved? So one person said, without jealousy. Another person responded, unconditionally. A third person said, selflessly. The fourth person said, once again, unconditionally. The fifth response was, unconditionally, without no exceptions. And the sixth person said, physical touch and words of affirmation. So, of the six responses, three men said they want to be loved unconditionally. And I really want us to think about why. In speaking with a lot of men in my life, they feel as if our love for them comes with conditions of love being tied to money, stature, provision, right? Not so much protection, because I think most men in my life understand that protection is what comes with being a man in a relationship. And yes, they understand very much that so does provision. However, provision comes in different forms these days, according to social media. Provision comes in a man making six figures or being in the 1%. And you will hear women come on shows that say, well, $100,000 isn't that hard to make. I think about 20 years ago, before this whole internet and people gaining internet fame, where it is a little bit easier now with the internet to make $100,000. But years ago, making $100,000 required completing high school, generally 4 years of university, and then maybe a few years of post grad and getting into a career, law, engineering, medicine, being a CPA. Or you went the other way, where you finished high school, you went to trade school, and you went through and became a master plumber, a master electrician, whatever it is. But it actually required putting in work. And so when a man came to you and he was a six-figure man, he had put in the work, and there was a level of respect and adoration, and men and women wanted to listen to them and hear from them and find out what they did in order to be able to get to that place. Now we look at someone making $100,000 as if it's ordering a Big Mac from McDonald's. Like, it's just so easy. You can just go and order up a man, and the six-figure man, and he's going to be right there. And so there are a lot of men who are saying, I'm being loved with conditions. If I were to lose this all, is this woman going to love me? So going back to what these men are saying, someone who will be there for me regardless of my status, they love me for me. This is saying unconditionally without saying the word unconditionally. He continues to say, just stand by me through thick and thin. I'm going to fuck up, or I might act a little wild because my need to lead, but I'll always be loyal and make sure my lady gets what she wants slash needs. The next person said, and I quote, supported, respected, and fucked. It was a very clear response. I appreciated it. The next man said, the same effort that I make to love someone is what I want in return. Effort, priority, and protecting our bond. I like someone in my corner while addressing the challenges of life. Secondly, loyalty matters. Lastly, respect is a big deal to me. You demonstrate love for me by implementing these three principles. So another person said, I want to be loved wholeheartedly, going back to the word unconditionally. I want that love to be authentic, full of grace and empathy, and always open to seeing the excitement of my growth as I move forward through this life. With space and given the grace to be able to love, I want to be cared for, but not made the whole world because we all have different faces to us. So I need the understanding that I love other people and other people love me. The last person who wrote into me said, I want to be loved by being respected. Loyalty and respect are big for me. Also, play your role, handle your responsibilities, and be reliable. Support the union and the vision, and the rest will take care of itself.
How do I want to be loved? Uh, Love is through good conversation. Your partner, being able to tap into your feelings, tap into how you're feeling, what you're going through. I think all of that is a form of love, and just being able to, my partner, being able to relate to me, and just being able to understand me, whether I'm going through, something, whatever I'm going through, or whatever we go through in life is meant to be going through together as a couple, vice versa. I'm here for her, for her feelings. She's here for me. She's here for, I'm there. We're there together. But love is all about showing it, proving it, and and then not doesn't mean sexually either, because I know as much as people stress sex and physical, that's only like a small part of it. I feel like if somebody could grab your attention mentally, then the physical will come. And there's nothing that, can come between that bond that you have with somebody mentally, emotionally, and just that connection that you have with somebody once it's established, right? So, but the physical, don't get me wrong, is important, and you do show love through physical, through sex, and through sexual interaction. Of course, you do. But in the big picture, I feel that that's small. That's small. Sex is small. Sex is big, but it's small. You know what I mean? So hopefully that makes sense. But I'm more coming from the aspect of how do I want to be loved? I want to feel comfortable around a woman enough to be secure. Or I tell her how I feel and let her in my life and into my mind of my most deepest, darkest inner concerns, fears, aspiration, goals, and things like that. So
I've never dated, and been in a relationship with a man outside of my race. I do not know what it's like to love a white man. I've never done it. And people would say it's probably the same thing as loving a black man. And this is where I disagree. The environment that you have to create in order for love to flourish with a black man it's got to be different. Why? Because they deal with things in this outside world that no other race of men truly ever deals with. And whether they live in Canada, the US, Germany, Switzerland, Dubai, they still carry that blackness with them. Whether they make $40,000 a year or $400,000 a year or $4 million a year, they carry their blackness with them. And so what they deal with when they walk through those doors, again, is something that we can never imagine. I always say I would never want to be a man, and I specifically would never want to be a black man because I know already what I deal with as a black woman. I cannot imagine being in the body of a black man and dealing with the mental anguish that comes with being a black man. And so for me, loving a black man looks like peace. Loving a black man looks like respect. Loving a black man looks like loyalty. Loving a black man looks like comfort. Loving a black man, again, looks like peace. Loving a black man looks like sometimes solitude. Loving a black man looks like nurturing. Loving a black man looks like nourishment. It is very different to love a black man than it is to love another man because no other man has to deal with what the black man deals with.